In this video, I started out with $0 in his truck and spent the last 4 years building the farm to where it is today, only to go broke. So now I have the challenge of starting over on a brand new farm with next to no money. Will I go broke or will I make it big? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and drop a like helps too. Anyway, let's go do some farming. Well, I have just finished driving through one heck of a snowstorm here, and we are just pulling up to the brand new farm. I'm excited. This is going to be a new start, new beginning, completely different place, and it was a heck of a long drive to get here, but I'm hoping it was worth it. So for those of you who don't know, I built my last farm from the ground up for about the last 4 years, and unfortunately, I had a bad year, and I had to sell the farm. There just wasn't enough money out there to be made. So I sold the entire farm, moved out Midwest, and this is where we're at now. I got $75,000 to my name, a little bit of spending cash, but nothing too crazy. Now, I have bought this farm completely sight unseen other than some pictures and some info on the farm itself. Basically, what happened to this place is this old dude owned it. He ran it for about 15 years, then retired, and for the last 3 years, this place is pretty much just sat. No farming, no nothing has gone on here. There's a decent grain operation here, and then a little bit of cattle on the side. Just beef cattle, no milk cows, no nothing like that. And that is pretty much the state of this place. Now, over the last 3 years, the ground has been leased out. This year, I officially take it over. I don't know the exact acres off the top of my head here, but we can check on the map here real quick. So I have this field right here. This is a grass field. I have this field right here, and this really big field right here, and this field as well. So 4 fields in total, a really decent amount of land, and I am honestly not sure what is here for equipment. I have to go around and check it all. From what I've been told, he's sold some of the bigger tractors and some of the bigger equipment, and what's left here is supposedly enough to run the operation. I'm not too sure yet. There's a decent amount of bins out here, which is nice, and it looks like the haying equipment is pretty dang minimal what was left out here. Obviously, it's a grain first operation, not so much cattle. Cattle's more of a side thing, but they got some decent stuff. Well, I guess I have the decent stuff now. Old International Haybine, what else? Frontier Rake, Hay Buster, baler. Okay, not too bad. What else? John Deere manure spreader. That's nice. And a feed wagon. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the cattle stuff. Now, I have brought 2 tractors of my own here. Not sure how useful they're going to be out here. They're the smaller ones that I had on the farm, so I guess we'll have to see, but I'm assuming some of the other equipment's over here. Yeah. So what's this? Is this a case seeder? It's very similar to what we had back at the other farm, except the tank's a bit different, but the drawbar here looks pretty similar. Oh man, a Max Semi. I have wanted a semi forever now, especially after running my own farm for the last 4 years. They were always too expensive though, and there was no good used ones in my area, so this is sweet. Flatbed trailer and then a decent grain trailer. As far as equipment out here, looks like an auger. Is this the only auger here? Because with this many bins, you'd think there'd be another one. That might be something else we have to purchase. Parker grain cart, case header. I don't know if this is a case or something else. Disc or chisel plow, whatever you want to call it. And what is in the shed? Oh boy, we got some goodies in here. 2nd gen Dodge. Okay, I can work with that. And it's a 3500 gasser. Didn't even know they made those. No, it's not a gasser. I think it's a Cummins. Honda 4Trax. And holy smokes, this is a combine right here. 2388 Ace. Oh, I can't wait to get up in the cab of that this fall. And then, yeah, they've obviously sold off some of their bigger tractors. So this is a Tractor King Case 2870. Pretty good tractor, just on the smaller end for tractors. I think it will pull everything we got out here. Not too sure yet. This is a case. I can't see the number on the side, though. It's blocked by the loader. I don't even know, but decent sized case tractor. And then a little old John Deere. Oh, can't see the dang number again because of the loader. That looks like an auger tractor of sorts. So yeah, it's early spring. Got 75 grand in the bank account. I don't know what we're going to be able to do here, but I'm hoping we're going to be able to turn a profit. We have no debt, which is nice. Had to start over there, but we made it happen. Now, weather says it's supposed to warm up here like big time in the next couple days, so I'm hoping we can get some stuff up and going and hopefully get out in the fields here real soon. Even though the snow doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I guess we'll see. And with that, my first day at the farm was over, and with the new day here, it was time to figure out what else this farm had to offer. And with no idea how this farm worked, I decided to explore a little bit, checking out the cattle pens, how the watering system worked, and getting a good idea on the layouts of the fields on the new farm. And with that, it was time to turn my attention to all the equipment. However, there was a small issue. No matter where I looked, what sheds I went into, or random places I checked, there was absolutely no tools on the farm to be found. So with the limited tools I had in my truck, I began working on equipment trying to get it started after 3 years of sitting idle. And with a fresh battery and some ether, we were finally up and moving. So with one of the first tractors finally started up and moving, I decided it was time to clear some snow, which was a bit challenging considering I had never ran one of these dang red machines, so it had a bit of a learning curve. But eventually the last of the snow is cleared, and I could get on to more important things. Alright, well, yard's looking a lot better, and I noticed something. I need a pressure washer, because this thing's absolutely filthy now, and there's no pressure washer to speak of around here. I mean, it's a little bit cold for a pressure washer, but I'm sure we can figure something out. Although I do have to get the equipment unloaded off the trailer there, so we should probably do that. Luckily, I've only got John Deere's here, so they fire right up with no issues at all. I'm not entirely sure if I want to keep this 2950 here, because there's not a whole lot of use for it around here. But if I end up needing some extra cash or something, maybe I'll sell it, but for now, I think we'll be okay. At any rate, the good old 4020 ain't going nowhere. This tractor pretty much started the farm, so it's gonna be staying. Okay, so there's gonna be a few things that need to get done before we can even think about getting seed in the ground once it warms up. As far as I've been told by the original owner, everything that needed to be cultivated was cultivated, so we're good to go there, but I do have to start up that Traction King. I think I called this tractor a Tractor King earlier. It's a Traction King. That's my bad. Oh, I hopped in the wrong tractor. And I'm hoping this one starts. I don't know. We'll see. There she goes. Luckily, it's pretty warm out, so this whole thing was able to fire up. It was a lot colder this morning, so the other case had a hard time, but I gotta let this thing warm up. I kind of forgot. I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck's going on with the second gen. I'm pretty sure it's decently old and beat up. This is kind of cool, though. It's got a hitch on the front. Not sure what I'd use it for, but I'm sure it's something eventually. After I do a check over of that big tractor there, I'm gonna have to figure out what we're doing with this seeder, because this is what we're gonna have to use to get some seed in the ground. In the meantime, I suppose, I'm gonna move this trailer somewhere better. It looks like until I get some of this other equipment moved around, it's gonna be going right in here. That'll work. Oh, I forgot to plow the front of the house here. Dang it. Well, I guess it'll be fine. The snow's gonna melt soon anyway, so we'll be all right. I do have a nice little 2-car garage though. Not sure what I'm gonna use it for, because this thing never goes in a garage, and I don't think it'd fit in here anyway. Maybe I'll have to get a cool car at some point if the farm's profitable enough. But what's nice is if we want, we can store grain out here, sell it at a higher price later, because yeah, at the old farm, we didn't have bins. Okay, so I've done a check over this. It does need some tweaking. I looked and there's like no grease on any of the grease zerks, so it's probably been a minute since this thing's been greased. I need to go grab some stuff from the town here if I want to be able to work on equipment, because I got nothing. That and I'm gonna grab a pressure washer, because we need one of those for sure. But yeah, we got to get the seeder going. We got to get the Mac going, get some seed out here. I'm thinking with the amount of ground we've got, it's gonna be easier to get seed into these bins and then just deal with it from there, because we've actually got a decent amount of ground to plant, unlike the last farm. We'll get seed and fertilizer. I'm not sure what I'd do with this one. Maybe if we get some cattle TMR mixture, who knows. But the hope is we can get this new farm running. Well, new to us anyway. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.